Hello everybody, welcome. How's everyone doing tonight? Everyone good? Everyone doing fantastic? Well, welcome to our variety night for today. First stream of probably many for this, because I'm going to be trying to shiny hunt for Arceus in Brilliant Diamond. And considering how my Darkrai hunt went that I did off stream, it took me a while, probably over a month. Granted, I wasn't doing it every single day, but still it took a while, so guess we'll see how this one turns out. Let me go ahead and switch to the switch scene. And I did turn off the music for the game, because I don't think we want to hear the same music being replayed over and over and over. That can get kind of boring, so I do have my own that I will be playing in the background. So let's get that started. And I guess let's just get into the hunt. And yes, my counter is the calculator app. It's really all that I have. So let's see. This is going to be a very, probably discussion heavy stream. Although probably not too discussion heavy, I don't really have much to talk about. But yeah, if you've never done a shiny hunt before for Pokemon like this is basically how it's going to go. You encounter the Pokemon, see if it's shiny, and if it's not, you get out, quit the game, and you go back in. It's a very, very repetitive cycle, but at least it's quick. So let's see. Alright, I think first discussion topic of the day. I was thinking about a couple of streams that I want to do. Not that they have any specific date yet, but I did want to do a couple of reaction streams. First of all, to the Splatoon Direct that should be coming up in very soon, honestly, because they're wrapping up their announcements over on Twitter. So I think we might be seeing a Splatoon Direct announcement very, very soon, within the next 2 weeks. So I think we should be able to react to that if that's on if it's on one of my normal streaming days, but earlier. I'll probably just do 2 separate streams, one for the reaction, one for the actual planned content. And then if it's not, I'll probably just do one anyways, because I just want to react to the Splatoon Direct, honestly. Yeah, I have a prediction that probably gonna be within 1 or 2 weeks into August, just because they're about to wrap up all the brand announcements. Only have really 1 or 2 left to go if they don't announce the special brands like Cuddle Gear and the Grizzco and the Amiibo, which I don't think they would. They never really have. But yeah. So, and I think they might be announcing a couple new stages, possibly. I've already shown off 2 or 3 already. I don't know how many more they're willing to show off before the announcement drops, but I guess we'll see. And then the other reaction stream I wanted to do was actually to the Snapcube's Shadow the Hedgehog fan dub when that releases. Because I've watched the other Sonic fan dubs that they do, and I've found them very funny every single time, so I was thinking about doing a reaction stream to that. Also thinking about maybe seeing if maybe Pixel and or Dana wanted to do like a group reaction, or if we would just do our own reactions. I know that sometimes it can be like hard to hear over everyone else talking, so I'm not sure if that would be something not sure if that would be something for like multiple people, or if we should just do that individually, because I've brought the idea of the reaction stream to them, not like collab reaction stream, but just doing a reaction stream for it. And I think they said they were on board with it, that they would do one. I mean, it really comes down to, do they want to, first of all, react to it together, and then is their scheduling going to allow them to do so? Because that's a big thing, like scheduling around everyone's schedules, trying to find that sort of perfect balance. Yeah. That was just a couple of things I was planning on doing, reaction stream wise. Of course, like, if there's any like Nintendo Directs, I'll do those. Anything like Game Awards, a couple of other like game announcement type things. Probably do some reaction streams to those. But for the most part, that's all I really have on the docket. And then also, I think, speaking of Splatoon 2, or rather just Splatoon 3, I was thinking of maybe doing something on like the weekend of release for Splatoon 3, where I just like go on a bit of a longer stream. Sort of like do the story mode for most of the time, maybe have a couple of breaks of multiplayer, and then maybe also do a stream on Sunday as well, which is not normally one of my stream days. But that's mainly because, like, the week that Splatoon releases, my classes start back up. So I do want to, like, see how everything's going to have to work with my schedule. Might have to reschedule my streams a little bit. For the most part, the schedule should stay the same. I might not stream for the first, like, couple of Mondays and Tuesdays, just to make sure everything's in order. Yeah. I've honestly never counted my resets when I do shiny hunting like this. Because sometimes I like lose track and might accidentally not take off a reset. And like miscount. I don't know, this seems to be going well. I keep trying to spam the A button because, like, with the Darkrai shiny hunt, that's all I really had to do, but you actually have to walk forward for this one. Let's see, what else? Oh yeah, I got a Ring Fit adventure on Tuesday, you can see that over here. I'm playing it for about like 10-15 minutes every morning. Since It's usually when my blood sugar is the highest. I can sort of get away with it. Only real way I'm actually gonna be able to exercise, because my mom's been trying to get me to exercise throughout, like, the pandemic. I mean, I had to do it for, like, school and stuff, but once college started, there was really no need, so it was really just, I would go down on the treadmill, do like 20-30 minutes of treadmill time, and then just get off. And that was usually during like the afternoon, but there's also the complication of my blood sugars, and I could just go low for no reason. And then, because my treadmill is downstairs, not only would I have to, like, I would go downstairs, get on the treadmill, blood sugar would go low, I'd have to stop, go back up the stairs, and... But like with Ring Fit, I can just do it all from my room. And let me tell you, my legs are sore. They seem to have a lot of emphasis on, like, the legs for, like, majority of that game. Like, the jogging isn't that bad, but then you got, like, the squats, and the squats I can do pretty okay. But they have one of the moves is, like, the chair pose. Like, you sit, like, you move like you're sitting in a chair, you, like, bend your legs that way. And I just cannot hold that. Like, my legs always sort of, like, shake a little, and they feel like they're gonna just, like, collapse, and so I cannot. I just can't do that very well. And I don't want to, like, cheat either. I want to, like, genuinely do the exercises, but man, they make some of those, like, really hard. Or at least hard for me. Maybe. I don't know. I'm just not very exercise heavy. So who knows? Anyways, I've honestly kind of exhausted all my talking points. My life isn't really that exciting. I'm just really stay in the house. Don't really go anywhere except if it's to get something. Because I can do a game, and those haven't been coming out very often. Well, I guess Xenoblade 3 did release, like, today? I think? Anyone been playing that? Anything good with that so far? I know Pixel's been playing Xenoblade 1. Currently actually streaming it right now, so... And, like, from what I've seen, it's a pretty good game. Don't know much about 2, but... I don't know, 3 looks interesting from what I've seen of it. Character designs look pretty cool. I don't know. I don't think it's the type of game I'd play, honestly. Like, for the people who enjoy it, I hope it's been fun. Hope you've been having fun with the game. Okay, and now I think I've exhausted all my talking points. I honestly don't really have that much. See, I was thinking... I don't really have much else planned for variety nights, honestly. So I think either I might continue this for the next few weeks, or maybe like flip-flop it between this and Chris Tales, because I do want to finish up Chris Tales before Splatoon 3 releases. Just so I can get that all pushed out, all done and ready. Because I think it should only take like a few more weeks to complete. Because I looked up like how long on average it takes to beat. It's only really like 30 hours max. And that's for like completionist runs too, so. Well, I'm not planning on doing completionist. Like, it might take me a little longer to get things done. So I'm not too sure, but... No, I might do, like, shiny hunting this week. Some Chris Tales next week for Variety Night. And then keep, like, flip-flopping between the two of them. Just so I can get it done faster, because I know I took Thursday off the schedule really early. But honestly, Splatoon 3 story mode shouldn't take too long. Which means I'll actually be able to get to the second game I had planned. As for what that game is, you'll have to see. But yeah, the other game that I wanted to play after Chris Tales, I've heard good things about it. And so I think it'll make for a pretty fun stream, maybe. Can't really say too much without giving away what it is. But yeah, maybe if we ever one day, like, finish up the shiny hunt really early, like, in the first couple of hours, I might switch over to Chris Tales. Or maybe try something else, I don't know. Honestly, I've really done pretty much all the games I had on my docket for Variety Night. Like, I did Project Eva Mega Mix, I did Splatoon 2. And I don't really want to do too much of the same thing, or else it wouldn't really be Variety Night. I thought about doing Ring Fit on stream, but might only be able to get a max of like 30 minutes out of that before I absolutely just like collapse from exhaustion. Kidding, but yeah, that'd probably have to be something I do in tandem with another stream. Just because I know I won't be able to go on for too long. Yeah, going back to Splatoon 3 Direct, what are some things you guys are like hoping to see in that? I mean, my real main hope is that they reveal the idols. That's the one thing I've wanted to see, because I know is like, as soon as I see them, I'm going to want to draw them. So I don't really know. I mean, I guess a little more information on the story mode. A little more about that. they reveal anything with like Little Buddy Salmonid. I really hope they have like a Pokemon to me sort of like mini game, quote unquote. Where you can just like take care of Little Buddy like a Nintendo or something. I don't know. Yeah, like or I'll say idols, because we really don't know. They could throw us a curveball and make it an idol trio. Yeah. You know, I wonder why they never released the Splatoon CDs in the West, because they've only done Japan only. I actually had to buy the CDs off of Amazon because I wanted music in my playlist. You can't get them on iTunes, so the only other real way to have them in the playlist was through YouTube, and we all know how Nintendo is with their music on YouTube. I had like an entire like Nintendo-based music playlist. I guess not even Nintendo-based, just like video game music, really. I think I had one that was just Nintendo music at some point. In fact, I think the playlist that was video game music was Nintendo music for a while, before I started adding other stuff to it. Yeah, I made a playlist for that, but some of the OSTs kept getting copyrighted, like the Animal Crossing, I think a couple Pokemon soundtracks, Majora's Mask. Those all got like copyrighted and the videos got deleted, so now it's kind of tired of searching for alternative videos every single time, so I really just deleted it. Made this playlist on iTunes because the Pokemon soundtracks are usually like very consistent with being uploaded. I mean, they haven't uploaded anything past Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee, which I really want them to upload the rest of the game soundtracks. Like, Legends Arceus has some of the best music, honestly. Like, I would love to get the Jubilee Village theme in my playlist. But yeah, they haven't uploaded any of the music, even for like Sword and Shield. Literally, the last one they have is Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee. I do want to do, speaking of like Pokemon Sword and Shield, I do want to do some shiny hunts in Pokemon Sword. At least, I think maybe before Scarlet and Violet, or maybe during Scarlet and Violet. Or, I say during, but more so after Scarlet and Violet releases. Yeah, and that's another thing. I do also want to stream Scarlet and Violet when that comes out as another series. Probably just like focus on main story for that time. and then do like shiny hunting and stuff afterwards. Granted that granted that the method they choose for it isn't absolutely abysmal. Because Brilliant Diamond Shining Pearl, and even its originals, you know, Diamond Pearl Platinum, has the worst shiny hunting method I have ever seen. Like, the Pokeradar can just decide it doesn't want to continue your hunt at any given point, and there's nothing you can do about it. And I know, like, just doing this alone just makes me get, like, bored and frustrated a lot of the time. So why would I want to go around trying to find a Pokemon when it could just decide to say nope, haha, and just put me back at square one while I'm doing every single thing correctly? Yeah, I'd honestly rather not do any Pokeradar hunts. I'll just stick to like Sword and Shield, shiny hunting, Legends Arceus, shiny hunting. Legends Arceus is actually like really good for shiny hunting. I think I have like almost a box and a half of shinies. I honestly think like the Horde method or the massive mass outbreaks, or even just the mass outbreaks rather, because the massive mass outbreaks actually have less shiny odds than the mass outbreaks. That's really confusing, isn't it? Jeez. But yeah, I don't think it's the lowest. I think that's still the Crown Tundra, like the Dynamax Adventures. I think Dynamax Adventures is like 1 out of 25. And the mass outbreaks are a little higher than that. Yeah, like I'm not opposed to like higher shiny odds. It means more shiny Pokemon. Like, it's not like they're giving them to us for free. Like, you still have to go out and catch it, and there's a chance that you might never encounter one at all. Like, for the most part, like, if you're gonna go, like, searching for it, it's pretty easy to find it. Which saves a lot of, like, frustration, I guess. I don't know. It's only been 30 minutes, I've already exhausted my talking points. In case you couldn't tell, I'm not much of a conversationalist. Yeah, I do want to do some collabs with like Pixel and Dana. Don't really know what we would like collab on. Unless it's some form of like multiplayer game. I don't know. So I don't really play a lot of the games that they do. And even then, it probably wouldn't just be us three, it would probably be, like, something with viewers. Like us three and then viewers. Yeah, like maybe one day. Like I said, I do want to try and, like, get in contact with them, see if they would be up to a Shadow the Hedgehog fandom reaction sort of collab stream. Get all three of us on a call and react to that. Dunno. I keep trying to spam A. It's not going to work. I have to move forward. Wonder how many I'll be able to do this stream. I think maybe upwards of like 200 maybe, because it usually takes like a little over a minute for a reset. Or per reset. You might be able to hit like 200. I think so. I know this is probably gonna take a while. I know we're not gonna get it like right away. That Darkrai hunt took me like maybe 3 weeks total. Like 3 weeks, 4 weeks. I only just finished it up like 2 weeks ago. And I've already shiny hunted Shaman, but that one took like maybe like 1 or 2 days. It honestly feels like the resets give you like less of a chance to get a shiny, because you're not like encountering it over and over and over and over. Like you technically are, but the game doesn't know that because the game isn't continuously running. You're quitting out every single time. Yeah, it feels like doing like encounter, running away, encounter, running away, encounter, running away is makes it a lot easier to get a shiny than opening game, encountering, quitting game, opening, encounter, quitting, all of that. Honestly, I don't know if I'll do any Legends Arceus shiny hunting. Unless they roll out another update. Might just stick to like the Suda method and all that and Sword until Scarlet Violet comes out. Speaking of Scarlet and Violet, who, if you're going to play it, like, what starter do you want to get? Like, I've always been set on Sprigatito. So, no, a lot of people like Fuecoco and Quaxley. Quaxley's honestly my second choice. I'm not too sure about Fuecoco yet. Might have to see the final evolutions for them. Yeah, fun fact, I've never chosen a water starter as my first pick for any game. I've always either been like second or like I just don't pick them. I guess second or third rather. Yeah, most of the time it's either a grass starter or fire starter that I like the most. Like my favorites of each generation are Bulbasaur for Gen 1, Cyndaquil for Gen 2, Torchic for Gen 3, Gen 4 is Turtwig, 5 is Snivy, 6 is Fennekin, 7 is Litten, and then 8 was Scorbunny. In fact, I think the only ones where the water starter is like second, like my second choice is Gen 4 with Piplup, Gen 5 with Oshawott, Gen 6 with Froakie, what was Gen 7's? Oh right, Poplio. Yeah, Gen 7 then, too. And then Gen 8, really. Really, Gens 4 through 8 have... Water Starter is the second pick. Honestly, a lot of people hate on Gen 8, and I get it. I don't get a lot of it, and think it's just nitpicking. Nitpicking every single little thing, but in terms of, like, Pokemon, Gen 8 was, like, the first gen where I honestly liked every single Pokemon design. Like, I've, on my own time, done one of those, like, favorite Pokemon of every type. Like, Gen 8's was the first one I could actually fill out completely. But like a lot of the other gens, some of the choices they had for some of the types I just wasn't a big fan of. Yeah, Gen 8 had some of the best Pokemon I've ever seen in terms of design. Keep trying to think of little things to talk about, but honestly, it's kind of hard for me to just keep talking when there's not much going on, and also like no one to really hold a conversation with to like bounce ideas off of. Oh well. I mean, I guess that's what I signed up for when I went to do this. I don't know. feel like I've skipped a few resets. Like I haven't counted them. Like I said, I've never really actually counted the resets before. Because, you know, sometimes they get a bit too focused on, like, the resetting part of the hunt, and I actually forget to check it off once I back out of the game. Oh wait, I just remembered. I did think I wanted to do like Puyo Puyo Champions as a variety night stream at some point. So I might actually do that next week. I might take a very small break once we hit 50. Resets, because I have been like drinking a lot since the start of the stream, and honestly it's sort of getting to me right now. Like, I mean like water. Have like some sort of like fruit punch drink mix, because I don't like the taste of water at all. Honestly, I can honestly go through like a full like if you've ever seen like an apple juice container, when those like big tall ones, usually fill up one of those, an empty one of course, but usually fill up one of those with the water and drink mix, and usually I can get through like one of those a day. I end up having to remake it at least once. I find that I often tend to like go out to fill up my cup, which is like a sort of like standard drink cup. I think technically the one I have is like a boba cup, something like that. But I only really fill it about like halfway. A little bit above halfway, maybe. But yeah, I'll like go refill my cup, come back in, and then like within the second just like drink it all down. And then immediately be out. Yeah, once we hit 50, I'll take like a very quick break. Shouldn't take more than like a couple minutes. Then we'll head right back in with this. Yeah, fun fact, this playlist that I actually have on right now is sort of oh, didn't mean to do that. Well, I can probably just skip over the next one. Yeah, I'll just hold on resetting that. But yeah, the playlist that's playing right now is a more like condensed version of the other playlist I was talking about with all the video game music that I had on YouTube that I had to delete. The only reason this is more condensed is because like all the music that I had on that other playlist isn't available on iTunes, which is where I have my music on. So I can only either get it from, of course, iTunes Store or through a physical CD. Yeah, this playlist is really just like video game music that I think is like chill, calm. You know, maybe it has a bit of a beat to it, but it's not too like upbeat, you know, make you want to like bounce along to it. You know, it's like chill, something you can just like vibe to. I mean, I think I literally called it like the vibing playlist. I actually called it like vibing playlist light. L-I-T-E. But it's not the full playlist. It's a shorter version. Yeah, it's mostly got like Nintendo music, like Pokemon. It's got some Persona. Really, Persona 5 Royal and Strikers, because it's actually all they have on iTunes. They also have the Q2 soundtrack. I don't really know that one as well, but yeah. I have like Minecraft, I have Celeste, I have Bugsnax, Undertale, Deltarune. Recently put in some music from Here Comes Nico. The thing that made me want to put in like Here Comes Nico music is because I'm Ronbu, if you know him, he played it a while ago. I think he said he was gonna finish it. I don't think he ever did. Yeah, he played that and he got to a certain section in the game and the background music for it I thought was really nice, so I decided, hey, why not add it to my playlist, because I like it. And then turns out there's a bunch of tracks actually that I think are really nice from that. The Here Comes Nico music honestly has some sort of like weird balance between like calming music and then sort of like unnerving music. It's really weird. The game itself is honestly pretty cute. Pretty cool. Oh yeah, I also have NSR, No Straight Roads, Doki Doki Literature Club, a couple from the original bass soundtrack, and then a couple from DDLC Plus. Some of the new songs that were added. What else? Oh yeah, Hat in Time. That's a big one. Had a lot of music from that one. Hat in Time has some like really good music. Like props to Pascal Michael Stifle. Really did well on that soundtrack. Yeah, I think that's all the music I have in there. I'm trying to think because I put it on like an order. A specific order. Because the order I put it in was like Hat in Time, Celeste, Minecraft, DDLC, No Straight Roads, then Pokemon, then Persona. I also have a couple of remixes in there, I think like the Roost and the Gold Run City remixes by Kumu. And then I think it's like Mesmonium or something like that with the KK Slider, KK Cruisin' remix. Yeah. So it goes from those remixes into the Pokemon, into Persona, into Bug Snacks, into Undertale, then Deltarune, and then Here Comes Nico. Or, not Here Comes Nico, One Shot. That's it. I got confused because the character's name is Nico, but there's also a game called Here Comes Nico. It's actually done by the same people who did, Hat in Time. Made Hat in Time. Just for breakfast. I really wish Nintendo made more of their music available, because, like, I would love to have, like, the actual Animal Crossing soundtrack in here. Specifically from, like, New Leaf and New Horizons. Those are the ones I remember the most. New Leaf was actually my first Animal Crossing game. I don't even really know how I found out about Animal Crossing. I had one of those like little Japanese folding fans with Animal Crossing, I think Wild World or City Folk. One of those two with that kind of design on it. It has the villagers and then a couple of the animal characters. And that was actually from a Club Nintendo reward. Because my sister had an account for that when it was still up. In fact, fun story, actually. My sister actually got us Majora's Mask for the, like, Wii Virtual Console from Club Nintendo, because I think it was from a selection of, like, 3 games. But because she didn't really have any interest in any of them, she sort of, like, let me choose. And I thought that one looked cool. So I chose that one. So right now I am going to take a little bit of a break. Shouldn't be too long, just like a couple minutes, because I really need to use the bathroom right now. Alright, so go ahead, put it on BRB screen for the first time. And I'll get back to it in just a second. Be right back. And I'm back. Hello. Welcome. Honestly, I think that was no longer than a minute. So yeah, it wasn't too long. Gangster Horn, hello, welcome. How's everything going tonight? Everything going good? Sorry, I did see your chat message before the break, but wasn't really able to say anything. Yeah, I hope everything's going good with you. Hope you're having a nice night. Or morning, afternoon, wherever you are. Alright. Yeah, back to sort of what I was talking about before this, the break. Yeah, my sister got the Majora's Mask Wii Virtual Console version through Club Nintendo. And I can't tell if that was my first Zelda game or if it was the original also on the Wii Virtual Console. That one I think she just like bought off the Wii shop. Can't quite remember. Yeah, I actually got pretty far in Majora's Mask on that virtual console. But I think like some point before I finished or even started the Great Bay Temple is actually when I first found out about creepypasta. And any of you who have ever seen creepypasta probably know where this is going. Because I found out about Ben Drowned and that whole story. And being the naive little kid I was, got scared by it and refused to go to Akana Canyon. And I've never beaten Majora's Mask once. I have the remake. I think I tried to say like remaster and remake in the same word. Yeah, I have the remake for 3DS. I got it once, didn't beat it, sold it, and then rebought it at a later time. Yeah, that one's not even for like the Akana Canyon anymore. That one's just I don't want to do Great Bay Temple because I've seen playthroughs and that looks like an absolute horror to try and run through on my own. Like honestly, sometimes I don't understand how they expect children to like beat it on their own without a guide. Sometimes I think some of the older games are just a lot harder. Yeah. Yeah, going back to Splatoon 3 for a little bit. I really hope they start, like, rolling out, like, more stuff about the game. Giving us a little more insight. People have been saying that we might not get a test fire. I don't see why we wouldn't. But, like, they've been doing test fires for other games recently, so I don't know why they just stop with the test fires. Considering I think like Splatoon was the first one that started the whole like test fire thing. Thing is, I don't know if we'd get like another Splatfest World premiere or if we just get a normal test fire, or maybe both, because apparently they did both for Splatoon 2. But yeah, if we end up seeing a Splatoon 3 Direct, I have a feeling that we'll get information about a test fire then. Yeah, I don't know if they'd start releasing information every day now, considering Xenoblade's, like, advertising, I guess, is sort of wrapped up for now, because I released today, but I don't know if they do it every day. I think maybe, like, every 2 days, maybe. They've been doing, like, every 3 days for a while. They might try and pump out more to get everything, like, announced quicker. But I don't really know. I think I might just be, like, minorly disappointed if they end up announcing just everything through Twitter tweets. Like, not giving us a direct. Like, at all. But I think they'll give us a direct and they'll have a bunch of information to show there. Because honestly, a direct would be the best place to reveal some of the more, like, major information. Like the idol group, the new idols. Anything, like, more heavily related to story mode. No, they won't spoil too much, but might just give us a little bit of insight into what's going on there. Instead of that, like, one big trailer. Might expand on next wave of Salmon Run. And then I guess just anything extra that they haven't already touched on in the tweets. But I don't know, I just really hope we get some sort of, like, announcement soon for Splatoon Direct. I mean, like I said, like, the first week or two of August is when I expect at least an announcement for it. Just like a, hey, this is when we're actually doing the Direct, instead of the actual Direct being within that time. I don't know, I'm just really hyped for Splatoon 3. Like, ever since the announcement, like, last year, I think, like, February was when it got announced. Firebrand, hello! How are things going? Everything going good? How's your day been? Oh, you've been playing Danganronpa V3. funny because I actually just saw Crystal's video on her playthrough of Danganronpa V3. I know Pixel's gonna have a lot of fun when he gets to that one. But yeah, you having fun so far with V3? Yeah, the Danganronpa games have some pretty good voice acting. I mean, they do have some pretty good voice actors, and... Cause I think, like, An's voice actor, An Takamaki, like, she voices the main girl in V3, right? The one you play as? I forget her name already, like... I want to say, like, Naomi, but I don't think that's right. Kaede, that might be it. I only just saw the video today and I already forgot all their names. Yeah, I think it's Kaede. It's the one I'm thinking of. Yeah, I think, like, the VEAs in those kind of games, like Danganronpa, Persona, I think they tend to have, like, a lot of fun with, like, their characters. 'Cause especially for, like, those two games, like, they're not really as restricted in what they're allowed to say. Like, of course they still have to go by a script, but you know, they're able to, like, swear and stuff, which is not something they'd be able to do in, like, other games. Danganronpa S. I don't think I've heard of that one. I only really knew of, like, 1 through 3 and then Ultra Despair Girls. And I think you've said, unless it was someone else I'm thinking of, but I think you said, like, Ultra Despair Girls wasn't that good, from what I've heard. Yeah, I don't really know. fighting board game. How does that work? It's like I know how like fighting games work and how board games work, but I don't really know how like the two together work. I mean, the only thing I can really think of is something like Kingdom Hearts Chain of Memories, where you have like the cards, and you can only use like the cards to attack and do stuff. Yeah, fighting board game, that's interesting. Played for Wave 2 of the Mario Kart 8 booster pack. I mean, I don't really play Mario Kart 8 much anymore. Like, if I ever did, I might just wait out to see what the rest of the booster pack is gonna be. Yeah, I'm excited for Mushroom Gorge. And really only Mushroom Gorge. Also nice resets. Nice resets. But yeah, honestly, I mean, all I'm really excited for in the booster packs are just like the Wii courses. And I mean, I have Mario Kart Wii and a Wii, so if I really wanted to play them, I can just play them. You've been hunting Arceus as well? How long has your hunt been? Anywhere near the 3 weeks it took me to get Darkrai? Three months ago? Yeah, I can understand that. It can get very repetitive. I mean, heck, I think I took a pretty long break after I got Shaman before I tried hunting Darkrai. Yeah, I'm also the type of person who, like, wants to, like, focus on, like, one game at a time. Like, I can't play any other game until I beat this one game. Yeah, it actually took me, like, I think, like, 2 or 3 days to get Shaman as well. Like, I said this before, but I think, like, like, going to the encounter, like, running away and sort of, like, resetting the encounter that way makes it so that it's, like, a lot faster, because I think it processes things, like, a little bit differently instead of, like, going in, encountering, backing out of the game entirely, and then doing it again. I wonder why they decided to forego an actual, like, soft reset method like they had on the DS's. Like, why you aren't just able to LR start select anymore. Unless there's some odd reason, because of it being like a home console, like part home console, they couldn't implement that feature. Because I don't know if the other systems, other home systems had soft reset options. I think it was only just the handhelds. First shiny legendary was a Reshiram? Oh, I love shiny Reshiram. I honestly think my first shiny legendary might have been Parisian in Pokemon Sword. Because I mean, like, before Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon, I never really, like, soft reset. Tried soft resetting. Well, I tried soft resetting, I think, like, a couple times in some earlier games, but I always kind of, like, gave up. Because it wasn't enough to fuel my tiny child brain. Yeah, I really didn't get serious into shiny hunting until I actually got my first shiny, which was just like a random shiny in Sun and Moon. That's when I tried shiny hunting, like, seriously. I think, like, the first soft resets I did were for the Ultra Beasts like Nihiligo and Circuitry and Celesteela. Shiny Guzzlord and Ultra Sun, nice. Yeah, it's a bit of a funny story for me, like I've tried, like before Sun and Moon, I've tried like shiny hunting in the past, but like just younger me just never really had that kind of patience. Just sort of do the same thing over and over and over again in hopes of getting something different, so I think every time I tried shiny hunt, I gave up within like a few hours, maybe not even. And then in Sun and Moon, I was trying to complete the Pokédex for that since I knew that the shiny charm could be gotten very easily because you only needed the 400 Pokemon in the regional dex instead of in the entire national Pokédex. So I was trying to go for that, and I needed Sharpedo and Carvanha for one of them. Well, I needed Sharpedo and Carvanha. So I figured, you know, I would like trade on the GTS for a Sharpedo and then just breed up for a Carvanha. And the Sharpedo I ended up getting was a foreign Sharpedo. So I put it in the daycare with the Ditto, made it breed up an egg, took it out like immediately, just the one egg. And like this was the day before I had to go to school. I was running around on Tauros in the little like enclosure just outside of the daycare, hatched the egg. It was a shiny Carvanha, and that was like my first ever shiny ever. And then from like that day on, I just sort of got a motivation for shiny hunting. I don't know how, but it just did, and I think that's good, because I think the shiny methods have been like getting easier. Like SOS method in Sun and Moon never really took me more than like a day or two. And then with like Sword and Shield hunts, even, those have been pretty plentiful. And then of course Legends Arceus, you know, tend to get shinies here, there, and everywhere. I'm gonna go for shiny Celebi. Nice. That's also kind of one I want to do, but I haven't actually beaten Crystal on the 3DS Virtual Console yet. But I think that's just something they did with the 3DS version, is that you can just get the GS ball after completing the game. Which I don't think was in the original, it was event only. I feel like I've forgotten to mark a couple of resets. Oh well. He doesn't have to be accurate. We can forego a few here and there, it's fine. Shiny Pikachu, Clover stopped you and battled you. Yeah, thank goodness they remembered the locations of like certain Pokemon. Like honestly, that's kind of how I want it to sort of be in like future games. Just have that sort of like in the overworld style instead of going into battle and catching, because that was honestly like really fun. Like I don't know if that mechanic's going to be in Scarlet and Violet, but I think they had that game in development way before Arceus came out. But I think Legends Arceus might have been just like a test run. See how that would work with people. So I think they might skip out on Scarlet and Violet for that sort of mechanic, but maybe like the next gen games, if we ever get a Gen 10. Yeah, I have a feeling Scarlet and Violet is just going to be similar to what they did with like Sword and Shield, where they're in the overworld, but the only way to catch them is to run into them, start an encounter, and then catch them like normal. Yeah, the three sisters can sort of like be like annoying if you're trying to go somewhere. But I think it's funny when like you spot them on the overworld and you sort of like sneak up behind them. I like that they sort of added that in, that you can just like sneak up behind them and do that sort of thing. I think that's funny. Yes, like saying this now, and I know I'm probably gonna like jinx myself, but I have never actually failed a shiny before. Like not in any of these games, not in like Pokemon Go. Never once have I had to like accidentally faint from like a recoil or like run out of Pokeballs. Damn, I'm on like a pretty good streak with this kind of thing. Yeah. That's just gonna make failing all the more funnier. So be sure to clip it when that happens. Yeah, I'm excited for what Scarlet and Violet is gonna bring to the table. Especially in terms of, like, shiny hunting, if we're gonna have any sort of new method. Or if they're gonna just reuse the methods from, like, Sword and Shield. I don't know if we'd get anything better than what we have for the Dynamax Adventures. I think that's like 1 out of 25. I don't think we can get any lower than that without making things, like, exceptionally easy. Yeah, on that sort of, like, topic of Scarlet and Violet, like, what version starter are you going to go for? Because I'm honestly leaning towards Violet version for myself, and then, like, I decided, like, day one, like, Sprigatito is gonna be the one I pick for my starter. And one thing that I actually noticed is that I tend to, like, pick the, like, the purplish bluish looking game. Like, I've picked, like, Pixel Silver over Heart Gold when I first got it. Went for Alpha Sapphire over Omega Ruby. And then Diamond, Brilliant Diamond over Pearl. Black and White doesn't count because that doesn't have, like, blue and red, purple red. And then, like, Gen 6 went for X. Gen 7, Moon and Ultra Moon. And then Gen 8, Sword. So I think I'm starting to see a pattern. Brigatito and Violet for you too? Nice. So we're actually doing the same thing then. Now, one of these days, I do want to do a sort of like Nuzlocke on stream. Eventually. I don't know like what version I'll do, probably like Sword. Yeah, I do want to try like a Nuzlocke. Started a Nuzlocke with Brilliant Diamond, but sort of gave up towards the end because it was honestly, I just wanted to get through the game. Very first shiny, Carvana in Pokemon Moon. Told the story a little while ago, but just to give you like the TLDR, basically I was trying to fill up the Pokedex for the shiny charm. Because it was only like 400 Pokemon that I need to get instead of the entire national dex. And so I got a Sharpedo from the GTS and brought it up at the daycare to get the Carvana. I only brought up the single egg because, you know, I thought I didn't need any more Carvanas. Because I only needed the one, and then the Carvana turned out shiny. Like, it hatched, like, right before I had to, like, go up to the bus stop for school. So I, like, took a quick picture on my phone and, like, showed it to all my friends. And, you know, it was my first shiny. Of course I'm gonna be excited about it. And speaking of being excited about shinies, like don't get your hopes up for like an over-the-top reaction for me when I find this, because honestly I don't understand why people, well, I think I understand why people do it, for like the like reaction, getting the views and all that. But like, I'm not gonna be the type of person who like jumps out of my seat screaming like, oh my gosh, shiny Arceus! Like all that kind of stuff. Because honestly, if you've been shiny hunting for a while, I don't think your reaction should really be that over the top. It's like, you've seen this before, you know how this works. Like, I get it's a rare Pokemon, but you don't need to go over the top every single time. Yeah, my like shiny reactions vary between like, oh, it's a shiny, and there you are, finally. It depends on really how quick I end up getting it. Because if you've ever seen like my tweets on Twitter when I post about a shiny Pokemon that's taken a while, I'm usually just like, you. And that's it. Because, like, it's taken me a while. I just want to get this over with now. Me, with, like, long hunts, it's more of a, like, I'm still excited, but it's more like spite, like, so you finally decided to show up. It's like that one scene in Sonic Adventure 2 when, like, the first boss battle. Finally decided to show up, eh? Okay, bring it on! I love Sonic Adventure 2, honestly. The gameplay in the later levels, like, really suck, but... No, it's a very charming game. Really like the game. Especially a Chow Garden. I hope we see a Chow Garden in a future Sonic game. Because I just want to raise some more Chow. Oh yeah, the Sonic 2 randomizers. Whenever they just have the beeps from all the extra data. Those tend to be really funny. Like, I really like those kind of, like, randomizers. Like, if you ever seen, like, Undertale corruptions? Where they, like, switch around all the dialogue. It can create some, like, really funny moments. Never seen Undertale corruptions before. Honestly, the Undertale corruptions are, like, less corruptions and more like a randomizer, honestly. Cause, like, you can choose to, like, shuffle the dialogue, shuffle the sprites. And if you really want to no pain, you can shuffle the graphics, which often shuffles what the map background looks like. So you can be in the what was I trying to say there? You can be in the ruins and it'll have the map background of, like, waterfall. You can also, like, shuffle the sounds and the music. So sometimes you can have, like you could have, like, a sound effect be the entirety of Megalovania. And if it plays multiple times, it'll just keep repeating over itself. On the randomizer you see in her Pokemon in Sonic Adventure, yeah. Yeah, I think those are really the only ones I've seen too. I feel like you almost have, like, the two sides of randomizers with, like, Pokemon and Sonic Adventure. It's like one is meant to be, like, funny, and the other one's meant to be, like, challenging. It's like the Sonic 2 randomizer randomizes, like, dialogue, player models. But I think the randomizer also makes it so that you can, like, beat any stage with any character. Like, there's measures in place to make sure that you're always able to beat it. Meanwhile, Pokemon randomizers really just randomize, like, Pokemon and items. So you can, like, never really prepare for what's going to be next. Because, you know, all the Pokemon are random. You don't know what the champion is going to have. Turned off legendaries? Yeah, I can understand that. Like, you don't want to make the game too easy, but like, at the same time, legendaries honestly have a slower EXP curve. Because they're meant to be more powerful. But even then, I don't really think they start getting their best moves until, like, their later levels. Because they're meant to be endgame Pokemon, right? They're really meant to have that sort of power. Ultra Moon Randomizer Nuzlocke starter was an Ash Greninja? Wow. Ash Greninja has the same, like, moveset as a normal Greninja, right? Yeah, so I think it might have had, like, at least similar movesets to, like Froakie and Frogadier. Because I'm pretty sure from, like, most of the non-stone evolution Pokemon, like, you can really just... They really just keep their learn sets from their previous evolutions. Like, with a few added moves. Later down the line. Yeah, I think after this check, I might end it off. Just so that we're at, like, an even 100 for next time. want to be shiny, like, right now. Nope. Well, I'm going to call that as the end of the stream, so thank you all for coming out to watch. Next stream will actually be tomorrow, Minecraft. Early stream. Or earlier than what I normally do on, like, the weekdays. And I don't really see anyone that's live right now, so I'll just go ahead. Thank you all for coming out. Hope you had a wonderful time. And maybe see you tomorrow for some Minecraft. Bye-bye!